gentlemen, welcome to my live RMO show back here on my YouTube channel. Now I'm gonna go right to it. The theme of our show today is Jangan Panic. I was actually gonna do it and then I said better not because I thought I got the wrong signage for it. What I'm talking about is Bahasa Isyarat Malaysia. But just before we get into that about Jangan Panic, I think that's it. Remember the ASL Ice Bucket Challenge that was done a few years ago, and then it started viralizing. Some people got annoyed with it. Some people said it's a good thing. Whatever it is, I took part in it. And if you forgot what the ASL Ice Bucket Challenge is, let's just jog your memory. This is the one that we did for the family. We got two parts, so let's take a look at part one.
Because we only have 24 hours, I'm going to do it fresh from my event. Okay, ladies, for it!
And this is the second part.
Now that we've taken the challenge, I'm nominating my celeb pet friends to do it. Who are you nominating?
Of course, my favorite,
The challenge is now for you guys to have 24 hours.
So that was our ALS, not ASL, ALS Bucket Challenge. Did Najib actually do it? Remember you actually asked Najib Razak to do it,
but his eyes was kind of lukewarm, more than ice. But that's Najib lah.
Yeah, we never thought that our Prime Minister then would actually listen in, but yeah, I think there was a lot of people who had asked him. I think KJ did it, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, from there, I'm sure that sort of jogs your memory, right? And our first guest for today is no stranger to this Ice Bucket Challenge too. In fact, he draws inspiration from this viral charity drive, as well as the Movember campaign, which is basically where you leave your mustache on and then you leave it for the whole month of November, and before you remove it. I think that's how it goes. And this is, he draws inspiration from this for his latest hashtag sign up for my challenge. So we have Kian Yap, who will share his story on why he is starting this new challenge and what exactly it's all about. Hi Kian, how are you?
Whoa.
Hi Daphne, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining us this Thursday afternoon. So COVID-19 and MCO has affected, of course, lots and lots of Malaysians out there. Not just Malaysians, but the whole wide world. It's a global pandemic. And I'm going to actually quote you here. Unlike most Malaysians, quote, unlike most Malaysians, have the luxury to weather this storm with the support of friends and families and the safety of your home. So it breaks your heart that some, especially the more vulnerable communities, are struggling big time during this pandemic, and you want to help, correct?
Yes, correct.
All right. Why? I mean, I know you've got a charitable heart and all that, but why don't you just donate and you're done?
Well, okay, I could do that, I could just donate and then I'm done and just wash my hand and just say, okay, hope my money go and help someone will benefit from it. But then I thought to myself, there's so many people, that need help, especially those in the vulnerable communities, like the orphanages, old folks' home, the refugee centers, the homeless. So these are the people that are not getting help fast enough. And a lot of the NGOs that have been supporting them are severely impacted by this whole COVID-19 and the MCO, and they are not getting private donations, no volunteers.
Right.
So I feel that this part of the community, it's even more neglected during this challenging time.
Yeah.
And I read about them on the news and in my social media, and every time I read about them, I think to myself, I can only help so much, right? But maybe I could do something that could rally more people to help, the masses, and then maybe at the end of the day, these people will have a little bit more comfort during this time.
Bless you. And you're going to be working with NGO Hub. I mean, why NGO Hub?
So I first found them because I was looking for somewhere to donate my money to.
Right.
And I wanted to donate those that need it the most, and also donate to charities that are verified and legitimate. Because there's so many out there now. Everyone is asking for money. Everyone is struggling, and I don't know where where my money will help the ones that are most needed. So I found NGO Hub, and from talking to the founder and also looking through what they do, they actually go out there and work with these charities and NGOs, and they support about 500 of them. And because they do work on the ground, they know they can identify and determine the legitimacy of each of the cause and the plea that they get. So then I know that at least my money is going to where it's most needed and doing good.
So, like I said earlier on, you draw inspiration from the Ice Bucket Challenge, the Movember campaign. This time around, you want to do something a little bit different to create the awareness, as well as to channel people to come over to your fundraising page. So you're doing this sign up for my challenge using sign language, literally sign language, or Bahasa Isyarat Malaysia. Why choose this route?
Well, I think the first inspiration. What sparked my idea actually? What sparked my idea was that I tweeted a small little video.
Yeah.
Of this lady who did the translation for the PM speech. So she was signing in Bahasa Isyarat Malaysia, and when she signed the sign for "Don't Panic," it was quite funny.
It was like
So don't panic. And then when I tweeted it, it went viral.
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, if something as silly and funny like that can go viral, maybe there's something there that I can capitalize on, that can go viral as well. So then I looked at, what I did for the ALS challenge, and I also did the Movember campaign, from like what you say, growing my beard for the whole of Movember.
Oh, it's the beard, okay,
asking,
not the mustache. Okay.
Mustache, yeah. And then getting friends to donate to the campaign, and it was effective. And these are one of the two most viral campaign out there, and people are kind of used to the idea. So I thought, okay, maybe I can combine all of them together and create a challenge where we get people to sign a slogan, and everyone's doing TikTok video challenges now.
Yeah.
So I think this is something that people are also very familiar with and very popular. And if I could get them to do this challenge, and hopefully it might go viral, then it will create quite a lot of awareness and hopefully drive money to the campaign.
So your NGO Hub page, which I'm showing to the screens to our audience right now, it basically has a little tutorial of your friend over here who explains what needs to be done. So there's even a tutorial of how do you do the actual sign language, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the tutorial. Hello Malaysia, we are
to help. Don't
panic. That panic.
Kita jaga kita. Don't forget to end your video by telling people to go to the link for more details and or donate to the campaign. Every cent counts. Lastly, be as creative as you want with your video. Just make sure your signs are clear. Have fun, and thank you for supporting your fellow Malaysians in need. You can also find the breakdown tutorial of the signs used in the challenge there.
There you go. So there is also a sign up for my challenge guide in case you get a little bit, confused on how to do it. And you're right, if people are going crazy, it's either you love TikTok or not. But if people are willing to do all these videos, might as well do something for the greater good lah kan, and do TikTok with sign language, and you can go as crazy or as creative as you can, but just make sure the sign language is correct lah, betul kan?
Yeah, so I mean, the reason why the sign language was chosen also, and in Bahasa Isyarat Malaysia, is because I wanted it to be very Malaysian, and Bahasa Isyarat Malaysia is very Malaysian. and also like I wanted the challenge to have a bit more heart, that it will represent and recognize the people that is trying to help. I mean, the deaf community is also one of the vulnerable communities in Malaysia, on the world, and I want people also to feel like these deaf people have to communicate with us every day. They can't communicate with us. They communicate with each other using sign language, and for me, it's like I think it put us in their shoe. To think like if I can't talk, if I have to sign, how difficult it is, and I want some people to learn a little bit of that too, so that they can put themselves in their shoe.
A sense of gratitude there for for your hearing sense, for your ability to you have everything, and yet you because the MCO really does put you in perspective. It does give you people find the blessing in this horrible storm that we're facing. Well, I'm trying to find it. Every day I try and find some form of blessing, and it's great that you're doing this sign language challenge, because especially for us who are able to communicate normally, it's quite frustrating juga kan, macam you assume everyone is able to hear you, to understand you, but it's not that case at all. So you're here to help Malaysians for Malaysia. Kita jaga kita. You are having all these beneficiaries that you've already sort of listed down where your funds are gonna go, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And you are trying to raise at least 10,000. Is that your goal?
Well, for my own fundraiser, because it's like the Movement Challenge, so anybody can sign up as a fundraiser. Okay. So to champion this cause. So for my own fundraiser, I'm hoping to raise 10,000. But for the whole campaign, I'm hoping to raise 100,000 to start.
Wow.
And then we can hopefully, if we hit the target, then we can increase the goal. Because I want this to be an ongoing thing, because it's not just for this period. I mean, these vulnerable communities need the money like right now, or yesterday even. But going forward, because this COVID-19 is going to affect all our lives for months, maybe years. So I want this to be able to help them going forward as well.
So this is the page to go to, ngohub.asia/campaign/sign up for my. I will also post it down in my description on my YouTube channel. 2 questions. Do you think the MCO will be extended, Kian?
I think so. I personally do think so.
Right.
Because I think the numbers are still quite high.
Right.
And the risk of maybe a third wave, is very plausible. And, our frontliners, all these medical personnel in the hospital are doing a great job.
They are, right? Absolutely.
Our recovery rate is one of the highest in the world. So I think the least we could do is, even though it's not the ideal situation for everyone, but if the MCO get extended, at least these people can do their job. They don't get overwhelmed in their job.
That's true.
What they're doing. Because it just takes one, person out there to infect the whole group of people, and then there we go again.
We're doing okay, actually. Malaysia's doing okay, so let's just keep it that way. Any final words before we sign off?
Well, I hope that everyone can take up this challenge. If you can donate, please donate. If not, please do the challenge and help me raise awareness. The more people see the video, the more this will go. Hopefully we can reach our goal.
Hopefully, inshallah, God willing. 1,000 ringgit for those who donate. 4,000 ringgit, you can get your tax exemption receipts, maybe issued upon request. So do again check out ngohub.asia campaign/sign up for my. Okay, so I'm gonna do the video very soon. Let me just practice the tutorial. I know you're gonna do it right after this because you did your haircut today. Thank you so much, Kan. It's a pleasure talking to you, and I'll catch up with you over WhatsApp. All right?
All right.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thank
Daphne.
you.
Thanks, Daphne.
Bye.
Take care. Stay safe. Bye.
All right, so that was Kenya with his new challenge that he's trying to get people to be more aware of. It is the sign up for my challenge, and I'm gonna try and do it, and hopefully post it on our YouTube channel also at the same time. All right, so of course today's topic is all about Jangan Panic. Charity starts from home. Everyone can do their part in beating COVID-19, be it staying at home, staying safe, and practicing social distancing, and also donating or volunteering or just creating awareness on helping the community. So whatever it is, again, as I've mentioned so many times, this is a pandemic, but it has the blessing. More and more people are becoming community doers. Volunteers in Malaysia also have come together as a community to crowdsource the use of 3D printers and other methods to make much needed face shields for those fighting the spread of COVID-19. So this is another group of people who are doing their bit to help meet the demand for the single-use disposable PPE. PPE, yeah, that's right. So a Facebook page was set up, in fact a few, that gets a little bit tricky here, to be able to coordinate such 3D printing efforts for these facials. And I'll be talking to Adrian Wong from TeaMa Face Shield, who has his own group. We're going to try and call him up also in just a bit. Alright, so let's see if we can get him. I'm going to find out how they're doing so far since they first started out, admittedly with different groups back in about a month ago. And I think one of his biggest concerns is actually that these actual face shields, which are recyclable, are being thrown away. So let's see if we have Adrian Wong, coordinator of TeaMa. Hi, Adrian.
Hi, Daphne. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I don't see you though. Can
Yeah,
you
here,
see?
mate.
Oh, there you go. Hey, hey. All right. So, thank you for joining us on my
Thank you for
live
having me.
RMO show. I know there's a bit of there was a bit of trickiness because
No worries.
when I found out about your effort, it was actually based on this Malay Mail article with face shields in short supply. Malaysians bring 3D printers into COVID-19 fight. There's been a community of you 3D printers who have come together. To cut the long story short, now you are heading or coordinating for TeaMa for COVID-19. First and foremost, how did it go about? I mean, what actually started? How did they approach you, or you guys suggested when you found out about frontliners not getting enough face shields? What's the story?
So it started with a buddy of mine from Pai Masjid, another hackathon that I joined, and so his wife was actually a frontliner in. Nice drink. Was actually a frontliner at. We're doing a live. Say hi, Mika.
Hello.
Hi, Mika.
Hi, Mika.
Hi, Mika.
Alright, hi, Mika.
Yeah, so Nur Faiz's wife was actually a frontliner in Hospital Sedang, and so on his Facebook feed, he was actually looking at printables already because he owns a 3D printer.
Right.
And so he was already looking at the N95 masks, he was looking at the face shields. And so having a spouse being at the frontliner, I have one of these things. And so having a wife at the frontliner and knowing that she's battling this war for Malaysia, and knowing that coming home to no, it's okay. Coming home to Mika, sorry, coming home to a family. My son bringing all the props for me. Yeah, so.
I'm also showcasing the one that you shared with me. This is, I think, an interview that you guys had.
Yes,
So
and
I'm
so
just
this
putting
is
that, yeah.
this is the two guys that were initially in the group. They formed their own chapter in Kajang.
Okay.
So on the right is Alan from Drum Kajang, and on the left is we call him Langse. Because when he did his YouTube video, there's always a curtain behind him.
Okay.
So yeah, Langse was the first guy that actually did videos for the group, and he was the one that did the video on how to actually clip the plastic A4 sheets onto the A4 sheets onto the face shield.
Okay.
And so this is actually drone gajangs there. So what they do is they have a template to punch the holes.
Uh-huh.
And so how we made it and the team made it was we wanted something that was easily scalable across the nation.
Okay.
So that's him folding the A4, and then you can use everyday hole puncher to just punch the 4 holes, and then you can easily just put it on the face shield.
This
And
is
so-
basically like a guide for all the other printers around who want to assist on this like a SOP of how it should be done, or what is it?
I think the true nature of open source is the fact that you can do whatever you want with it, and it's open source, meaning that you can download the files, put your name on it, and then just push it out. And so this was something that we did for the community, and so what happens is that it was something that we took on from 3D Versten. I have a problem pronouncing it. It's actually someone from Europe that came up with the design. And so we copied the design because it was open source, and then we basically innovated from there.
Right.
And their design has a covering over here. Ours has a hole over here. Reason being is because it gives you that sponge effect.
Okay.
The spongy
Well, at
effect.
the end of the day, I mean, how are you funding these raw materials?
And so this is what they call a filament or a spool. Most of the raw ingredients, one of it comes from USA, and it goes all the way to China, and then they come up with spools like this. This is they call it a PLA 1.75 mm.
Yeah.
This is about a kilo. This has become a commodity today because we started buying them at 55 ringgit. Today it's about 90 ringgit per kilo. Back to your question on how we funded this, we actually got donors to actually donate money. We collected somewhere between 60 to 70,000 ringgit, and we've actually bought 600 kilos of these and pushed it out to across Malaysia.
Okay.
And so we have about 200 owners of printers from anywhere between 1 printer to 10 printers at home, including Sabah and Sarawak.
Wow.
Sabah is being done by Idham and his gentleman friends at Kinabalu Coders. They have meetings every day at 11 a.m.
And they're doing
they
all
will
this
feature-
voluntarily, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody is not paid in this whole big picture.
So all proceeds are just for the raw material, right?
Yes, raw material, logistics, and prototyping. We've been prototyping a lot of other stuff for the COVID-19 war,
Okay.
not just the face shields. And so that's one of it. That's actually an extender to the face mask, because most of the doctors that are this is a letter by Dr. Victor. So most of the face mask and the N95 mask has a string that goes through your ear, right? So for people with tudung, how do you expect them to wear,
Yeah.
right? So it's a challenge, right? So do you wear it inside and then wear your tudung, and then do you take out your tudung
Yeah.
first, then the face? So a lot of these kind of
Challenges that you
challenges. So that thing that you see just now on the back of Facebook is actually the extender.
Oh,
And
these
so,
are the extenders.
yeah. So what you do is you wear it at the back, and then you wear the face mask, either the 95 or the N95 or the face mask, which is a surgical mask, and then that's the Sabah guys in the Star newspaper.
Your concern right now is you guys made at least over 30,000 face shields.
Yeah, 30 to
And
40,000.
it's reusable, but then they're running low again in supply. So you have a feeling that they've not been washing it and stuff. Is it? Do you think is it because you guys didn't inform them, or?
Yeah, so
Mana?
we've been working on a very distributed model, meaning to say that we don't as much as we can, we don't interfere with the local chapters.
Right.
And so it's distributed in such a way that there's a team lead. And so I gather information from the team lead and stock supplies and filaments and whatnot. And so what happens on the ground is that the same healthcare workers are always asking for more.
Right.
And so we were like on the ground, was like, hey, you guys are supposed to wipe it down, dunk it in sanitizer, dry it, and then reuse it, right? And so the reason why we get numbers like 100 from each hospital or clinic is that we know that there are 3 departments that solely need this, which is ambulance services, COVID, and the emergency, right? And in each of these departments, there are about 30 staff.
Okay.
And that's one shift, so that's 90. And they work a 3 shift, okay? So that's 300, okay? So that's why we get numbers like 100 to 1,000, because that's basically I mean, 100 is just bare minimum for the frontliners in the hospitals, right? And so we've been getting feedback that the same people have been requesting for them because they've been throwing away. Why is because there have been people who have been also donating face shields that are made out of sponges that you see as well.
So that's why they get mixed up, because sponges, yes, it is, you have to throw it away,
so
right?
they think that these are the same face shields which are the sponges and the glue guns and the shields, and those are one-time use only.
Right.
But having said that, I know of some hospitals, which I shan't mention names, that actually reuse those sponge face shields as well. Yeah, this is the one. Very cute little girl. No, sorry, this is also a printable. Yeah.
This is a printable one,
There are a few videos if you Google face shield that are
I know which one you mean. The foam one will be the one that you have to throw away. The blue one that's a bit foamy. So the ones with the plastic, the one that you guys make, is the one that can be washed, right?
Yeah.
So
in
that's
fact, the ones that are by the pharmaceuticals and the suppliers are actually one-time use as well.
Okay.
So those are so coming from an industry perspective, it's already a one-time use to throw away. And here we are being amateurs who use 3D printers for prototyping and are telling you, hey, this is reusable. Then they go like, it's not their norm anymore,
Yeah.
And so that's the message that we want to send across, is that these face shields are reusable. So if you look at Dr. Victor's Asian letter, Dr. Victor is actually from PPUM or better known as UMMC in English. When
he says they've tested it, they use the face shields. It's very light, very comfortable. It still needs to pass fit testing by frontliners. But they probably it's safe to be used by the low risk frontliners.
Low risk, correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got people using it in high risk areas as well.
Right.
Which we tell them not to because of this gap that you see over here.
Yeah.
So this gap, when you put a plastic sheet over it, we ran out of plastic sheets in Malaysia, just for information. We've ran out of filaments in Malaysia as well. Okay. We're getting about 78 kilos from Ingbo in Singapore as of today. They've made some donations to us. So it's really remarkable how everyone is coming together, not just in Malaysia.
How transparent are you? I think that's some of the concerns that people may have, because there's donations involved. I mean, we see the products, but
so I'm proud to announce that we'll be raising funds through My Harapan.
Okay.
My Harapan has come on board, and so they are an NGO. My Harapan will come on board for both fundraising as well as the nationwide distribution.
So that's where we can channel our donations there, is it?
Yes,
okay,
yes,
sorry.
My Harapan, And so there is another design, like I mentioned, which is closed, and it's from Europe, right? And this particular one it's NIH approved.
What's NIH? Sorry.
It's the equivalent to Ministry of Health in
okay.
US or Europe.
Right.
Yeah, and so that's the closed version. And so for the ones that want to use for high risk, we need to get it out to Dr. Victor as well.
Okay, for him to test and to see if it's how it goes.
He's actually from the bioengineering. He's the man that tests all the PPEs in Malaysia. So any PPEs for the frontliners goes through him lah. So we actually have a few more products which we are still prototyping, because the war has not ended. 50 is a low number, but you never know, the 50 might go up tomorrow again if we find another cluster.
Yeah, and they say that the MCO will only be lifted if we can reach single digit. I mean, we're doing really well. I was talking to
We are.
Kian earlier on, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think we can't jump the gun so soon. We still have to take precaution,
Correct.
and I would like to say thank you so much for doing your part and coordinating this with everyone else. I know it gets a little bit political. Even nak buat community work pun boleh jadi political kan. Tapi that's just how it is. You do what you have to do to move forward, right? Any final words, Adrian?
Stay at home. Don't go to all the pasar Ramadans. Go to the
think that's
online
cancelled.
ones.
Yeah, that's definitely cancelled, man.
Yeah. My wife and her best friend is coming up with Bazaar Baru, by the way.
Okay, what's that all about?
Okay.
Bazaar Baru is
Like an online bazaar.
it's an online bazaar.
Okay.
Minus the one-to-one. So you know these days when you buy something,
Yeah.
only one guy picks it up and delivers to you.
Mm-hmm.
We are a smart locker, and it's a multi-to-one.
We might have to have a chat with your wife about this during
you
the
do that,
Ramadan.
yeah.
Let's do that, all right? All right, thank you so much, Adrian
Thank you for
Wong,
having
the
us.
coordinator of TeaMa, who is basically
Don't throw this away. If
Yeah,
it
don't
ends,
throw it away.
Don't throw it away. If it ends, keep it as a souvenir.
Yeah, a phase in our life that we are able to beat this war.
Yes.
Well, we're
Thank
far
you
from
so
it,
much,
but yes.
Stephanie.
Thanks, Adrian.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Again, that was Adrian Wong from TeaMa for COVID-19. Thank you so much for joining us. And yes, if you would like to donate, there's transparency there. Go to My Harapan, which is an NGO that they're working closely with. And basically, we're helping the frontliners to get these face shields, which is really, really low in supply out there. Again, the messaging here is that the face shields that they are producing are all reusable, so you can just wash them. Again, he showed me the letter from Professor Dr. Victor, who is the dude to test out all these face shields.
Para subscriber Kinabalu coders, apa Kinabalu coders ni
I'm not sure what is. My nephew is in. Oh, okay. So Farah, you've got a family who's also doing this, perhaps doing this printing. Wow, good job. Yeah, printing this. Okay, so we are gonna move on to our final guest for today. I can't believe that we are entering the month of Ramadan tomorrow. It's tomorrow, right? Is it confirmed? You know, I'm so out of sync right now.
See the anak bulan, I think. You will see the anak.
I know, but normally it's like that, right? If it's agak-agak, it should be. So I would have never thought that I would be doing the MCO during Ramadan, to be honest. When they first mentioned the fact that we're going to do this MCO, I never thought that it would reach Ramadan and probably after Raya also. But here we are, and tomorrow is going to be most likely the start of the Holy Month of Ramadan. So I thought I'd end today's show with someone I've not seen in a while, but we always stay in touch nonetheless. And
Let's give her a call.
yeah, let's give her a call. And whilst we're trying to get in touch with her, she actually introduced me to this brilliant way of studying the Quran, the Holy Book, one juz a day. And I always try and read the Quran
Hello.
or try and be as near as I can. Hi, too. She's here actually. Assalamualaikum, walaikum salam. And she's here with us.
It's a bit dark right here.
Okay, right. You
Walk to my
just
living room sekejap.
you settle dulu, tak apa. I will
Yeah.
just let the audience know because we started a little bit. We were on time actually. For the first
Yeah.
time, we're on time.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
So that's
Alhamdulillah.
great. Okay, so I'm just gonna let our final guest
Yeah.
just settle down for a while, and I'm just gonna tell you a little bit more about her. We've not met in a while, well, at least face to face, but we are always constantly in touch. We are in a few WhatsApp groups together, and I think one of the things that I appreciate most about her is the fact that she has introduced me to this Fahm al Qur'an, understand the Quran daily, one juz. It's basically you learn about the Quran one juz a day, and it's so easy. It can be done just literally just listening to your phone. It's all done via WhatsApp. And the good thing is that you can't participate. I mean, only the admin is able to release the information, right? So I've not been doing a very good job. Every year I start off like on a strong note, and then after that it's sort of like, you know, simmers down, and then I go, oh no, I have to catch up. But every year I try and do it again and then reset. And every time I read the first juice, it just the meaning just comes completely different again. Anyway, I think she is settled right now. We're going to talk a little bit more about the One Juice a Day initiative in just a bit, because she is also, amongst others now, the founder of kamikita.com, which is an ASEAN ethical shopping and lifestyle marketplace. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome the wonderful Miss Nina in the house. Hi!
Assalamualaikum, Daphne. How are you?
Oh my god, I'm feeling a little bit exhausted actually today, and surprise, it's can you believe that we're doing the MCO during the Ramadan, or we're having Ramadan during the MCO?
Never would I have thought. Like, I can't imagine like we're actually going through this right now. You know, just a couple of weeks ago, everything was kind of normal.
Yeah.
And we're kind of traveling, doing our normal thing every day, going to our office, you know. And now we're here. So, you know, subhanAllah. But you know what? It is a blessing in disguise. I feel like there's always a brighter side to everything that happens to us. And you know what? I don't think we'd be talking like this right now if the MCO, you know, but not just that. Of course, there's more better things as well, of course. You know? So the fact that we get to spend more time with family, right?
Absolutely.
And then subhanAllah, like I was just I got this one advice from one of my Quran teachers, and she was like, you know, now that we can't go out, we don't have any excuse not to connect with the Quran, not to do the things that we've always wanted to do, you know, whether it's the Quran or write a book or, you know, do those things that we really, really wanted to just sit down and do, because we're so distracted with, you know, going out and going here, going there, you know. So
there's no excuse. You're right, because I'm part of this Usra group, and they, you know, will commit our names for accountability. But sometimes macam, alah tak jadilah, tak boleh datang sebab anak sakit lah. But now you've got like, okay, anak sakit you're at home. You can Zoom your Usra teachings or sharing sessions together, and you don't. It's more comfortable that way, in that sense, because you're at home.
Yeah,
you know?
it is, and you can manage your own time as well. So
Correct.
That's why I think that, you know, this new Fahm al Qur'an group that we have this year.
Yep.
I think we did this 2 years ago.
2 years ago,
right?
yep.
Yeah, we did this as well. So I think this is our second or third time, alhamdulillah.
Uh-huh.
And what's really fantastic about this particular group is that every day we get to learn a little bit about what Allah says in each juz. Because, you know, I find like when I'm reading Quran, later on I'm just like, okay, what did I just read? I mean, like I'm reading it, but like, what was it? Right? So, alhamdulillah, it's like a quick 1 to 2 hour recording, and we just listen throughout the day whenever we're free. And, you know, at the end of the lecture, she gives us some action points and what we can do in terms of acting upon what we learned in the juz, which is pretty amazing, you know? Really, really simple action points. Like, for example, today, one of the things that we had to do is to actually forgive someone that we did not get to forgive.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is not easy, but the rewards of forgiving someone from the heart is just enormous with Allah, subhanAllah. So it's like those are the action points, and I think it's you know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Another one was to say the Assalamu alaikum to your spouse when you wake up in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just got a hi B.
Regardless of how we look, or regardless of whatever happened, or whatever conversations we had, when we say the salam in the morning, it's kind of like, you know, I'm giving you my peace, and I love you, and I want good for you, so let's have a good day, right?
It's basically like starting the day on the right tone, on the right note, you know. So might as well do it then. And it's not long. Those recordings are not so long. Again, like you said, you can stop, pause for a while. Although sometimes mine always like goes back to back. I'm like, alamak, I have to scroll back mana, pergi mana dah.
Yeah, where was that? Was that like 60 minutes, or was that at 20 minutes, right?
Yeah. Hold on, Nina. We're just having. Yeah, we're good. All right, so the One Juice a Day initiative is something that I truly appreciate. I'm really grateful that you always have me in your, you know, like your list. so that I always
Yes.
like I'm part of that, and it's really great. I think Ramadan for me has and will always be one of those times that I just want to focus on him, you know, and myself and my personal growth, my spiritual growth. I think, and more importantly now with the MCO, we can get the family to do it together. So that's going to be very exciting indeed. And both my girls want to do their full fast. Well, Isabel, the eldest one, has already started, but it's the younger one that wants to go like, I'm all out for this. She started
All
practicing
right.
2-3 days. So that's good. But now I want to talk a little bit more about this marketplace that that
Yes.
you've just founded.
Initiative that's under another company of mine called Rai. And the whole idea of coming up with this marketplace was that we wanted to, you know, give a support to, you know, businesses, SMEs, you know, people who are perhaps, you know, struggling with work right now with business, to give them a platform. And not just any platform, a platform that actually connects everybody with an NGO or with a cause.
Right.
And so our philosophy is that we buy and sell to give back. So it's not just for, you know, we call it just dunya or just for the sake of business. No, but we are actually doing a transaction so that people will benefit from it. And so alhamdulillah, some of the proceeds will go to the charities that are selected.
Right, so that it's not like
yeah.
everything that you sell, proceeds will go to charity. It's just part proceeds.
Part,
Okay.
that's right. Part of the proceeds will go to charity, but this is something that our sign-ups have to agree to as well, because you know, they will not make all of the profits. Of course, some of it has to be given to the charity. Also, another interesting thing that we're doing is we are going to be launching a charity.
Like an auction of some sort.
Yes.
Yeah.
Inshallah. Which hopefully, inshallah, I hope that you're going to be a part of it too.
I am. I'm in touch with Nadia with that.
Yes.
Yes,
So there is going to be a little bit of a processing fee. For example, like management, which is not much, about I think either 5 to 7%, because we still need to pay for, you know, to pick up the items, to pay for this, you know, for the management and things like that. But everything else will go 100% to the charity. And I've got my stuff. No's got his stuff as well. We sent over some things. And we're just really excited to, you know, try to come up with something that's creative to help the community. And inshallah, you know, as we go along, every few months we'll have a couple of new marketplaces that will be open and continue to connect with different NGOs as we go along. Maybe not just in Malaysia, but hopefully around the world as well. But for now, we want to focus in Malaysia because of the MCO and what's going on with the COVID-19. There's a lot of initiatives that are going right now to go out and help feed, you know, refugees and those who have no access to really, you know, just things like food. Subhanallah, like the homeless. So these NGOs really need our help. And you know, sometimes when I do a lot of postings, you know, let's give some money to this NGO, that NGO. Sometimes it's not easy to raise funds, and so perhaps through this way it's a little bit more interesting. Look, you can buy kueh or you can buy baju, but at the same time you give to that, you know, adalah sikit that goes to the NGO.
In fact, when we reconnected just recently, I mean, besides the one juice a day, you also spoke to me about this, and you're getting influencers to part with their pre-loved items for this auction feature. Are you just focusing on influencers and personalities, or is it open to other people out there who want to also give their pre-loved?
Actually, we would like to open it to anyone who would love to give their pre-loved.
Okay.
Because I feel that this is such a noble thing to do. And, you know, even my mom was asking me, like, can I put something on your, your website? I'm like, sure, Mom. Why not? Please, you know. So because we've just launched, we still want people to get to know about it. That's why I approached a few celebrities first.
Right.
Just to get the word out. And once people get to know about it, they know that you know, it's running. And so if people are interested, you can get in touch with us through our website or also our social media and reach out to us, and inshallah we can get things going.
And you'll be working with a few charity organizations too. Have you selected these charity organizations already? I mean, obviously the funds will go somewhere. Who are we doing?
Yes, that's right. So right now I can talk about Cinta Syria Malaysia. The charity organizations that I've selected for Kami Kita are ones that I've worked with, that I know are trustworthy, and I've been on ground with them, and I know what they're doing right now. And so Cinta Sri Malaysia is definitely one NGO that we're supporting. We're also supporting Global Peace Malaysia. They basically have missions all over the world that are ongoing, also for COVID-19. We're also supporting the Hassan volunteering group. And Hassan volunteering group are also feeding a lot of the refugees that are living in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur. And so for those of you who are interested in knowing who our partners are, you can go to our website and find out more.
Okay.
But these are some of the main NGOs that we are currently affiliated with, alhamdulillah. So I'm glad they got on. They're very excited too. And in fact, you can find some of the NGOs products on our website as well. So yeah.
So it's a win. It's really a win-win situation where everyone is able to contribute, but also at the same time make a little bit of money to sustain themselves. It's a social enterprise in that sense. When did you launch this?
Literally like last night.
Beautiful.
You're mad.
We went live last night, and we've been planning this. Well, Ra'i has been around for a couple of months, but Kami Kita has been, we were inspired by what happened at MCO and, the need of our nation right now, the need of the people, and that's how this all came up.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really quick, and alhamdulillah, I have a really good team with me.
You do. Because it looks really good. The website looks really good. That's why I thought like, hey, didn't she just approach me? But then, your website's there. You've got already vendors coming in,
Yes. Alhamdulillah. I lots of du'as as well. Like I was just making so much prayer, like, oh Allah, make this easy for us and make it successful, and hopefully something that will really make a difference, inshallah.
Okay, so again, if anyone wants to be part of your bazaar, they can just get in touch with the team via your website. And if they want to just go all out and give their pre-love, that means 100% for donation, they can also do that. There is a minimum fee, but that's more of for the admin, because what if we can't go out? Like how am I supposed to pass my pre-love to you then? That's where your team comes in, or do I?
That's why we are going to hire one of our own drivers, or somebody who's the thing is depends where you live. I think with PJ it's not too difficult. So we will arrange the pickup, and then we will sort out the things for you as well, and we'll make sure that everything is done clean. We're gonna wear gloves and basically disinfect everything, of course.
Yeah.
So a lot of safety and regulations will be done, inshallah. So very excited, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Daphne, thank you so much for doing this. I think what you're doing is really fantastic, helping people out and really getting the message out to people, because, giving us a platform as well to share the goodness.
I think it's very important, especially right now. It's really like a reset button for everyone. God is giving us big, huge signs here. Like, guys, wake up. Be humans again, be a part of an ummah again one more time. So I think whatever we can do it. This is literally free already. When it's just our time, and what you're doing, you've got a team already who can just back you up. Why not? If there's a way, just do it, right?
Yeah, you're right.
But that's just it. I was just talking to two of the guests earlier on, and they said that the MCO might be extended. There are some people who think that it won't be, but there'll be like a circuit breaker in that sense. It will definitely not be the same. And you know how, during Ramadan, we're a little bit more kushu. We not MCO or whatever, they still want to go for Tarawih prayers. They want to be together. They want to pray together. But yeah, it's not. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they still have to practice social distancing and stuff. How do you feel about this? The whole. Well, I guess in that way you're blessed because you live. Family is close by. But some people macam nak balik kampung, raya semua. That's not going to take place, and it's a big thing for most Malay Muslims here in Malaysia. What are your thoughts on this?
It is a very big thing, and I feel like for everyone it is a slightly different experience. Some people are okay with it. Some people perhaps are suffering or finding it very, very difficult. So I mean, personally, for me, I try to find like the blessing in it, and alhamdulillah, I like you said, I'm very close to my family here. We're actually living in the same area, so we're able to, even though we're next to each other, we still have to practice social distancing. There's no like, okay, let's go for dinner together. No, we can't do that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but I think for Raya, I have a feeling, but this is all predictions, right? We have no idea if it's going to be extended or not.
Yep.
But I'm going to think that it might be extended. And if that's the case, we just have to say, Alhamdulillah ala kulli hal. Let's make the best of it. Let's try to do our part in trying to make things safe for everyone, and stay home and really kind of just, take this opportunity, take the time to do what Allah wants us to do. And that's what I'm thinking. Like Noh and I, now we're trying to find a time to read the Quran together. Say hi, Noh.
Hi, Noh.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Hey. What are some of the pre-love that you guys have?
How come your camera look nice, huh?
Ah, that's why. My husband, very creative masa MCO ni.
The husband is
Wow.
doing this, mashallah. Itulah. Sayang.
Hint? Come on. You guys also have your Dops TV, what? You are the co-founder of Dops TV.
Ayo, that's why lah. But then, never mind lah. That's why we have to take the cue from you to try and see how we can make that proper production at home. Kan sayang? Betul tak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stress tu dengan sayang. Assalamualaikum sayang. Tu dia.
Okay. First step. We just stand by tripod dulu,
That's a good. You have to start somewhere.
It's on now.
But you have to start. You have to start somewhere. No, dia letak tripod dia.
Beautiful.
Ni nak tripod. Tapi tripod ni
Okay lah.
is just
step
for beginners lah.
kemajuan
It's not-
Okay lah. Okay, what? You do whatever you have and just use the resources that you have.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So what we were talking about.
See lah, that's why. Oh wait.
Itulah. Yeah, we're talking about what we're gonna do in Ramadan and Raya if it's extended, kan?
Yes.
Yeah, that. But you know what, Daphne? I was just thinking, like now I feel like there's so much judgment, like people judging each other online, and there's so much hate going around, and people are like, just saying really, really mean things. And the thing is, I feel like in this Ramadan and Raya, we have to, this is a reminder for me and for anyone who's watching to really kind of just be sensitive and be kind to each other.
And I understand because I think emotions are running high. Not everyone has the comfort of like my house is not a mansion, but I can hide from my husband and my kids if I wanted to. If I go crazy, I've got a place. But you've got people who are crammed up. You've got people who are probably in an abusive relationship and like, oh my God, now I have to stay with the sexual assault dude who's assaulting me. So it's not the same everywhere. So emotions are running high. That's very, very true. But then you've got, you're right. There are some people who just merungut for the sake of merungut. I was just talking to Adrian just now, and then he has some political going on. Even volunteers can politic among themselves. Like, what's happening? So
Right.
So we wanna, and I guess that's again back to God saying, "Hey,
Time to change.
do
Right?
do something, right?"
Yeah, like switch it on, do something, be more kind. Like you said, people are cramped up in rooms sometimes, and if we come out saying, "Oh lah, boring ni hari ni, nak buat apa hari ni?" I have a roof over my head. Like, alhamdulillah, let's be grateful.
I think that's the word. That's that you have to be grateful. Gratitude. You've got to find gratitude,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we have to find the gratitude, the goodness in everything, inshallah, and even
Inshallah.
throughout Raya too. So, Tula, I'm hoping and praying that inshallah, we'll be able to kind of move a little bit during Raya.
Mm-hmm.
Even though if not balik kampung, but at least boleh lah keluar sikit ke, but not in a big crowd or something.
Yeah.
But as long as we get to zero, inshallah, like zero infections, then inshallah. But to get there, we have to be very disciplined right now.
That's right. We just have to
Because
we have to
numbers
just
are
listen.
dropping. Nak keluar kan?
We just have to listen and trust the authorities. They may have a little bit of boo-boos here and there, But I think we need to always find the silver lining, no matter how sparse in everything that happens. So we can't always keep blaming them. All right. Well, thank you so much. And any final words of advice for someone like me who's always like up? My Ramadan's always like spiritual high, 5 times a day, on time, my prayers, and then it sort of dwindles within the middle month, and then towards the last part, I'm like, alamak, need to catch up. What is your advice for people like me?
Oh, that's for people like me too.
I don't believe you, but okay, what?
We're about to finish the crossing line and we slow down, right?
Yeah.
I was just talking to, I think, Sheikh Husseini the other day,
right.
and I asked him the same question, and he
what
was
did he
saying
say?
that, you know, when you get into Ramadan, just do things slowly at your own pace. At your own pace. Little things every day. Little things every day. Hi! Assalamualaikum.
Sorry, you sing
Yeah,
it.
no, it's so cute. Oh. And then at the end, those 10 nights, that's when you really go all out as much as you can.
That's when you speed lah. That's when you do the speed.
But in the beginning, slow kayo, you know, little bit by little bit, right? And
nice.
And someone was telling me as well, you know, you want to do all your shopping, or now we can't go out shopping obviously,
right.
but a lot of the things like pre-Ramadan, pre-Raya, do it in the beginning rather than at the end, because then our mind will be like shopping online rather than macam, you know, last 10 nights let's do qiyam and tahajjud, kan?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you can go and shop at kamikita.com. Support the fellow friends, SMEs, as well as donate at the same time. Well, thank you again, Nina.
Thank you so much,
and I will see you on WhatsApp. And
I'll see you online.
Yeah, I'll see you online. And have a beautiful holy month of Ramadan, inshallah.
You too. Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. Bye. Thank you so much. That was Miss Nina, co-founder of Dops TV. She's the founder of kamikita.com, and she has also introduced me to the One Juice a Day initiative. If you'd like to find out more, again, let me just splash this onto our screens right now. This is it. Just go to Miss Nina's page and you can register for it. It is free. I've tried it for 2 years now. This will be my 3rd year doing it, and it really, really does help you get closer to the Holy Book. And every single time I read a new juz, well, not new juz per se, I go back, I always find a newer meaning to it. Alright, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for me to sign off. Tomorrow we might have a little special Ramadan show, and I'm going to be with the children because it will be our first MCO Ramadan. And we're going to find out a little bit more about the children's perspective of how they understand Ramadan, and that's going to be really interesting because Isidore, you are not fast or not with kakak? Yeah, that means no nenen. No nenen. Okay. Alright, well, take care, goodbye, and I'll keep you updated over my Instagram pages, alright? Thank you so much to Kian, thank you Adrian, and thank you to Miss Nina for being my guest today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Take care, everyone, and goodbye. You can hear.
We'll try.
Okay, we're gonna get Isidore to spin.
Press it. Press it.
Go. You just press number 3. You should show
Say
him.
bye-bye. Say bye-bye then.
On 4. There, Isidore, that's you. Say bye to camera 4. And he's playing the DJ.
Do that. Camera 4 there. Bye-bye.
I think he's hungry. I better go and feed him.